What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Hype. Yeah. So, and the beat goes on, as it were. Sony's still in it. Sony hasn't said anything as far as, oh, we're gonna be nice and yeah, we hear you. They didn't say it. They don't. I don't think those are part of their lexicon, because they don't hear nothing. Man, honestly, that leak that came out that said, yeah, we don't care, our peoples are loyals and all that stuff, and they're gonna buy us anyway, so y'all can kiss the fat one on the left and the skinny one on the right. That's all you need to know. Now, I was watching Moore's Law is Dead, Tom and the other blonde, I forgot his name, and they said some stuff about, they did a whole, most of their shows about AMD and Intel and just graphics cards and Ryzen 6 and all the computer stuff, which is, it's kind of important to actually kind of pay attention to that stuff, because that technology dictates like the video game console space usually. Although this next generation with Helix, I don't know, PlayStation is whatever, but with Helix is kind of mixed into there, because they're literally using the same chips for a lot of their GPUs. So anyway, they're kind of slanted, and the thing is that I've noticed that I've been listening to a bunch of creators, just call them that, YouTubers, whatever, and they have decided unequivocally that Xbox is literally dead, no competition, they just gave up, blah 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 blah, right? And I'm like, y'all are not paying attention. You have this narrative that's, I'm gonna say this, Sony fed you, and you, because you probably got paid or whatever, or you just want to keep getting games, whatever, same difference, right? And so you guys have had a meeting, and you said, okay, this is what we're going to say all the time. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah, all right. Meeting adjourned. And so now everybody's saying, oh yeah. Xbox, they're not even, positing or positioning the fact that Xbox it's no longer that's what they're doing. Xbox is no longer competition. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't realize. Man, listen. My first impression of Asha and the team was like, yo, they're saying all the right things. They're kind of doing all the right things. She had to do the big purge, basically, Xbox purge, and she did it. It's painful, but still had to be done, because the way the business was set up just wasn't healthy, wasn't right. It was too much bloat. It was too many people, too many paychecks, and not enough product. If they were putting out 3 or 4 times as much stuff that they were putting out, it probably wouldn't be an issue. If they were selling 3, 4, 5, 10 times as much as what they were selling, wouldn't be an issue. But none of that happened. So you got all these people paying all these people, and they putting out stuff, and it's like, yeah, nah, nobody's buying it. It's like, yeah, okay, so you lost money. You're supposed to make money. Yeah, your budget's lower, and your budget's lower. So the fact that she didn't close any studios, that's genius. Like, how can you navigate those waters? Anyway, journalists. I spoke last video about how I hate the journalists, because they're pieces of shite, basically, and the power that they yield needs to be knocked out of balance. We, as the content creators, we need to blow up. And we need to tell them the actual truth. We need to say, yo, this is what's really going on. Now, we can do that because we're not in the pocket of big Sony or big Microsoft or big anybody. We do it because we love it. I have my favorites. I have my tendencies. But I'm not going to sit here and lie in your face. I might have wrong information, and I might say something that's wrong. Then y'all let me know in the comments, and y'all do. And I appreciate that. That's why I don't kick anybody out unless y'all being foolish. We got to be all civil, and we can make fun of each other and stuff like that. But don't take it personal. We're all having fun here. That's the main thing, fun. So like Dr. Evil in the chat, always getting on me. I love it though. I love it because he keeps me honest, and he says stuff from the other side, on the blue side or whatever, or the anti-green side, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I need to see that. I need to see the opposing thoughts, because there is some merit to having an echo chamber, because it promotes that message. But at the same time, you need to have an objective kind of view, and not information, but just an objective opinions, if that makes sense, about the whole situations. And I know I skew it Xbox because I favor Xbox, right? Like right now, this dude in Brazil, I'll be negative Xbox real quick. Dude in Brazil sued Microsoft, I think it was Microsoft, because they blocked him, or they blocked him from his account, and he had all these games, blah, blah, blah. And Brazil was like, yeah, nah, you got to give him his games. And they were like, and so Microsoft lost. And I was like, that's what's up. That's in that instance, Microsoft bad. Yep, I'll say that, because this whole thing with Sony it is so ridiculous, and it's so stupid, but I know why it's happening. And that's what makes it even more stupid. It's because honestly, it's really showing everyone what Sony is really about. It's really showing what the gracious PlayStation really is about. Look, we always say big corporations, they're not your friend, they don't care. Sony literally don't care about. They are your enemy. They don't, not even a little bit, not even nothing. They will step over your bleeding corpse. Well, if you're a corpse, you're already dead. Your bleeding husk of barely life in you. You on fire. They won't even piss. No, that's not the right one. But look, they're your enemy, and I've never seen a corporation forward-facingly slap and diss their customers as Sony is doing right now. Y'all thought Xbox was bad. Y'all like, Xbox, they keep lying around. Look at what PlayStation is doing right now. Look at what Sony's doing right now. They're so much worse. And honestly, I'm trying to be objective about this, and I've never seen a corporation get this much heat from the whole internet. It's not just like our little corner and our little fanboys having a little console. Nah, bro. When KFC and Domino's and everybody and your mama come through and start cracking on PlayStation, that's when you know you got a problem. So what Moore's Law said, what Tom and them said, was basically the reason why they said it on July 1st is because they had, I think they had previously just announced their earnings, their financials. So they have 3 months. They have a quarter to get to the next. So anything that happens, meaning, a whole bunch of people cancel PlayStation. Oh, a whole bunch of people return their PlayStations. Oh, a whole bunch of people quit PlayStation. Oh, a whole bunch of people ain't buying the games. They have the 3 months to make the numbers good. Like if they announce this and then they announce the numbers, or they announce this and a couple of weeks later they announce the numbers, would have been down. And it's gonna be lower. But their hope. Wait, what's coming out? Wolverine is coming out, and then that's it. Just Wolverine, because Grand Theft Auto isn't until November. I forget when their actual fiscal is. I think it's March or May or something like that. But anyway, or is it in it doesn't matter. But so 3 months from July 1st. So July, August, September. Yeah, that's it. And then I guess the end of September, we're going to see what's going on. Anyway, that's what Tom and them say. He's like, yeah, that's why they did it, so that they have the 3 months. And then that way, they can, fudge the numbers as they do. And hopefully people will buy stuff. I mean, honestly, Wolverine's the only thing they're selling. So if Wolverine doesn't pop off, I mean, we know MBG ain't buying it. That's a lie. He's gonna buy that, man. He's full of shite too, man. I'll tell you what. Man, I hope he's not full of shite. And here's the other thing. So, we Xbox, we got Dirt, we got everybody and their mama who, the Xbox crew. But I've been seeing an enormous amount of PlayStation fanboys, PlayStation players denouncing, dissing, going against it. And the fact that they said, oh yeah, if we lose 500,000, it's okay, we'll be alright. I'm like, yo, and they talk about the physical. It's like, yo, it's like that's not how you. That's not how you do it. They're like, yeah, they're lit. Yo, I've never seen Sony this pompous, this much of an ass. I've never seen this. This is worse than giant. I know I said it before, but literally, it is worse than Giant Enemy Crab. It is worse than 2006 when they came with the PS3. It is, and it's like it's not. I'm like barely. I'm just saying what I'm seeing, right? But these people are going in. MBG every day. Somebody spit in your face. They spit down your throat. Or he didn't say that, but damn, that's an image, right? Yuck. But yo, and they haven't said anything. They aren't saying anything. And another thing that Tom said was that the time that Xbox in 2013, when they turned it around from when they announced what they were doing to when they actually turned the decisions around and changed the whole plan, was a month. I think 29 days or so. So a month, right? And it's only been 2 weeks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks for PlayStation. 2 weeks, I think. So he was like, yeah, we'll give it a month and then we'll see. And then he was talking about how, but we have the quarter, so maybe at the end of the quarter, then they'll do something or whatever. And I'm like, man. And it's like the strategy must be flying around Xbox right now, because it's like, okay, we have an opportunity to destroy PlayStation right now, but if we make a move too quick, it gives them the opportunity to counter and be the good guy again. And so I'm like, so I'm like, yeah. I mean, I know before I was like, yo, we gotta take advantage of it while it's hot and in everybody's mind. I'm like, that might not be the best way, because, like, first of all, she got to do all what she got to do, right? So I would say after the 100 days, that's kind of the 3 months, though, huh? Yeah, Asha's in a tough position. PlayStation just keeps shooting themselves in the big toe. They ran out of toes. Now they get into the ankles. I don't know. Okay, let's do a thought experiment. Let's imagine that Sony just keeps on going down this road. No apology, no changes, no changing nothing. It's just this is PlayStation now. No more digital. That's the name of the track I'm doing, by the way. No more digital. Actually, I call it dried up, but I'm changing no more digital. Anyway, no more digital. Those are the first 3 words. No more digital is what they're doing. So, besides us gamers, it's affecting a larger part of the industry. And it's a trend that I would say, well, they got beholden, or they got a little courage from GTA. They said GTA did it, so we're gonna do it too. And I'm like, yeah. Remember when Nintendo did it? They put their prices up to 80. Remember that? And then Xbox tried to do that with the Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, that didn't work out, did it? So you expect it for you to work out? And this is even worse than just $80. The whole GTA is a whole nother thing I don't really want to talk about, but the whole thing is like it's $100 game. Let's be real. They trying to sell you a $80 no frills version. Like, get the hell out of it. I'm not buying. By the way, I'm not buying GTA. Not playing. I mean, I might play it if One Eye Willie come through. I'm just saying. But pause. But yeah, no, I'm not playing. I got enough. I played GTA 5. I was like, yeah, this is like GTA 4 better graphics. I'm good. So yeah, but back to Sony. If they continue on this road, it will destroy many other businesses, if you will. The secondhand market, the collectors, all these things, right? Electronic boutique. Wow. I reached in the back for that one. GameStop. Anybody who sells physical, done, right? And like I said, they can go that route, and they can see what happens. and they could change their mind at any point, and they could be like, you know what, this AI. And the thing is, like, people don't realize that what they're doing with their factories is that they're changing them over for AI, manufacturing AI equipment. Basically, that's what those micro lenses are for. It's for AI systems. And people are like, no, it's not. It's for the lights that are on when you open the door, and it shines the lights on the floor, puts the emblem from your car door. I'm like, and then, oh no, it's Alex went through. He put up like 59 examples of it being AI for the AI data centers. And so I was like, yeah, you should probably be quiet and not say words anymore, because Alex will get you. Alex will get you. But look, man, it's okay. So Sony's going down this road. They're not changing their minds. All digital 2028. And like I said, Xbox doesn't even. All you have to do is do a little bit of a run, limited edition run, and it's still physical, and it will appease the collectors. Like, I will start collecting again if they put out physical stuff. I'm like, yeah, I get that. And Xboxes is dope because every disc they print has a unique identifier, a unique code on it that identifies that specific copy. So when they do the physical to digital disc transfer thing, you will still have the physical that's still worth what it is. It's not like, oh, it's not, the whole game isn't. Even if the whole game isn't on it, it's about the license, right? So if you have that code, that specific code that's only on that disc, and you be like, all right, boom, I got the digital, boom. Oh, I got my digital on my old ass console and it broke and it destroys. But I got the new console now, so I can put it in the disc, go bloop, and you put it in, and it goes zoom, 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 zoom. And you can play it off. You can play it there. You could download it off the disc and play it there, and use the disc as a key, or you could do the digital joint, and you still got it. It doesn't go away because it's a unique identifier on that disc. I don't know if anybody else is doing it. I don't know if Nintendo's doing it. I doubt Sony's doing that. They're so behind technologically. They are behind. And the thing is, like, with PlayStation, and I think Mark Cerny is one of the most important people at PlayStation, because he has been able to squeeze as much juice out of that piece of hot trash, garbage, trash dumpster fire of a console than anybody else. He's been doing that all his life. That's the type of dude he is. So you get an underpowered, slow CPU ass machine, and then he get it to do some stuff. I'm like, how you doing that? I'm like, don't worry about it, bro. I got this, bro. He gets it done. And he's good. He's good. I'll give him props. He's weird, but he's good. I'm just saying. The church lady's doing work, but that one timeline. And now, so if we're talking just about Sony, yeah, everybody's mad, industry gets messed up, blah 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 blah, right? They presumably make more money, but honestly, they're destroying their brand as we speak, day by day, by not reversing or not giving out a statement that softens the blow. They are continually destroying their brand, because everyone, if they put out anything, they're gonna talk shite. I don't know if Spider-Man Brand New Day is gonna catch that heat, because that's beloved, and it is Sony. I'm sure some people will say something in the comments and stuff, but I noticed that there's a lot of sponsored posts of Spider-Man Brand New Day. I mean, it's just a commercial, so I guess there's no way to have a comment section on that, or maybe there's no comments on that, so whatever. But I haven't actually watched one, so maybe there is. I don't know. But this is what's happening. Every time they post something, they get hammered, they get slammed, they get community noted 59,000 times. And this has never happened to Xbox at this scale, at this magnitude, at this intensity. And Sony just thinks they're just gonna ignore it. Like, whatever. We made our money. Like the four of them? There's Hiroki Totoki, was it Nishino? I think Nishino and two other guys, two other CEOs, C-suite people. cashed out. And the fact, they did it legally. It was public, and then they did it, and they were like, yeah, it's gonna go up, and then it went right back down. So they got in, boom, got their money, got out. I'm like, golly, really? That's messed up. But the history of video games, if you go back, the losers / and winners have always taken advantage of situations. Like the losers, like when Sega was messing up, right? They were like, and they were messing up. They had internal strife with Sega of America, Sega Japan. They were doing all this bullshit, right? And then Sony said, oh, y'all tripped and fell and y'all need a helping hand up. Stab. And they put in the final blow and they killed them. That's what happened, right? Sony took advantage of the situation. They took advantage of Sega's confusion, the chaos that was going on at Sega, and they decided to kill them off, metaphorically speaking. And the same thing happened to Xbox. Xbox made a blunder. Dimatric, we all know what happened 2013. We know what happened. Sony took advantage. The hilarious part of that is that they're literally doing the opposite of what they set up right then and there that made everybody love PlayStation, everybody go to the PlayStation 4, set up the whole foundation of what PlayStation is today. That happened then. Now, Sony is literally the antithesis of what they were back then. They're the exact opposite. I don't know how opposite you can be. You could be yin and yang, but that's too nice. Yin and yang. It's too nice. Bro. They're on some other stuff. I've never seen a company just, well, it was a leak, but still sound just like them. And they're not saying anything. It's just like, isn't that frustrating for Sony fans? I started watching MBG again because I want to see what he says, because what he says is sort of a barometer of some of the ponies, some of the donkey unicorns. What are they talking about? Now, of course, there's some Xbox bad news, like I said, the Brazil thing with him suing Microsoft and stuff. But honestly, all that stuff is just like, whatever. No, what happened? Yeah, that's not important. What's going on PlayStation right now? What Domino's UK say today? That's what's up. That's what's going on. And they keep going. I swear every week they're gonna post something about digital pizzas or something stupid. And it's hilarious. And it's like there's so many. I don't know if there's so many. I don't know if this is like a fertile ground for memeage against Sony, but it feels like every step, every second that goes by, more people are making fun of PlayStation. And that's a bad thing for PlayStation. And they're the ones who are about narrative, about saving face, about being the good guys, about being the best, this and that and the third. I guess selling all those consoles don't mean nothing when nobody likes you anymore. I've never seen a company go down so fast as far as reputation than what's happening with PlayStation right now. I've never seen this. This is unprecedented. This never happened before. It'd be like, oh, it happened with Xbox. Well, kind of, yeah. When Don Matrick said those magic words, I was like, oh, that was it. I was like, damn. Yeah, I kind of felt that. Yeah, but that was a combination of a whole bunch of things that happened. Not just one post. And it wasn't even anybody say. It was a post on Twitter that got them to where they are today. Oh, well, right now I'm going to go to the crib, go to the lab, and I'm going to finish up that track. I started writing the rest of the last verse. I only had a couple of bars left, but I added some extra bars because I was like, I was on a roll. So I'm going to do that. I might do a little bit of a different variation on the second hook. And I started doing a lot of the visualization. It's mainly just a lyrical video because I was like, I don't have enough time to actually sit down and do storyboards and do something like with a story. I was like, nah, I can't do that. If I want stuff to come out in a timely manner, I'm trying to do no more than 2 weeks. If I was off and I could just work on this every day, it'd probably take me 4 days. But that's not the case. So Boom. Maybe 5 days. But yeah, so I could do it in 4. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna probably finish writing it and spitting the bars tonight. And then I still want to do a little bit of stuff in the music, add some stuff to like the hooks and stuff, do a little chop, you know how it is. And then I have to do a little bit more of the video stuff, and I got to do the actual lyrics on the visual stuff, and then I'm done. So it won't be tonight, but I'm gonna work on it every day. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna be done by Friday. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna just work on it every night until it's done, and then I'm gonna post it, and then they'll see it, and then that's what it's gonna be. And this will be the start of me trying to put out stuff in a more timely fashion. You know, from inception from ideation to delivery. So, but like I said, you know, if I didn't have to work, it would definitely be done. But anyway, yeah, I kind of like it. It's pretty good. But I appreciate you. Hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Sony. Remember I said the spiral down into the abyss of despair or whatever? I don't know what I was. I just made that up. But it's saying they've been going down. And now y'all see. And now y'all see it because they saying it to your face. I always knew Sony was like this. Just like based off of like their behavior before, like, oh, we're gonna trademark let's play or what was it, let's play, yeah, or something like that. I was like, huh? That's just like a thing that people say. How you gonna just trademark it so nobody can use it? Nobody uses it now anyway. But I was like, yo, they just trying to be evil, trying to just make money everywhere, right? I'm surprised they don't have a bunch of whatchamacallits, a bunch of websites they try to website, just domain farming or whatever they call it back in the day. But anyway, I appreciate. And talk to you on the next one. Till to wait.